Just as a reminder for all of our folks, we are playing a horror game. This game has potentially disturbing content. It's likely to contain, this week, it's likely to contain violence, death, surreal horror, body horror, insanity mechanics, and the state of Connecticut. And so viewer discretion is advised.
Expert delivery.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Deception is a right. Truth is a privilege. Innocence is a luxury. Knowledge is death. On our season premiere 2 weeks ago, the agents of M-Cell escaped the night world and woke up in a house that was staged for a real estate showing in Boston, only about a 5-minute drive away from the Dorchester house where they were taken captive. After waking up, they were soon met by a realtor by the name of Patty McSwain, and she was accompanying Nicholas, who Patty, seemed to believe that this was a showing, that she expected the rest of the agents to be there, and soon she just left Nicholas in their care. The agents, befuddled as to what to do next, found that all of their possessions that they had before they entered the night world were back on hand, including the truck. But as they sort of discussed things, a couple other truths became clear. One of them being that when they weren't paying attention, Agent Maple slipped out the back. And furthermore, this whole, what do we do now thing, it comes with new twists to their own reality. Strange things kept happening in a pattern individually to each agent. They saw things that weren't normal. They witnessed things that made them think, is this reality? Or was reality ever even real? But since all bets are off, instead of going back and telling you what Delta Green is, how about some knowledge? We'll go with a little history lesson, okay? The first known mention of something like the King in Yellow was not about a book at all, or a play. It was instead associated with a 78-card tarot deck called Le Tarot de Empereur Jean, the Yellow Emperor Tarot. It reportedly surfaced in England in the early 1600s. In 1606, a woman named Lady Triomphie reportedly starts doing tarot card readings in cities and villages throughout Britain, and the cards that she uses for these readings are finely made, written in French, and gilded with yellow gold. She calls her deck the Yellow Emperor Tarot, and claims she received it from a king on an island called Carcos. The interpretations that Lady Triomphie provides are nearly always full of ill and woe. At one point, doing a reading for John Dee, the mystic and one-time advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, Triomphie predicts 70 years of drought, pestilence, famine, and fire across England. Later, this reading is connected to the flooding of Cardiff in 1607, the outbreak of the bubonic plague in 1665, which ended up killing over 100,000 people and is also where we got the term pandemic, and an onslaught of famine across Europe for most of the 15th century. Interestingly, a baker named Thomas Fariner is also on record, having complained about being swindled by a woman matching Triomphie's description. 5 days after filing his complaint, on September 2nd, 1666, a fire starts in his bakery, and more than 70,000 homes are destroyed in the Great Fire of London. After this, Lady Triomphie mercifully disappears without a trace from recorded history. But don't worry, we'll meet her again. We are not in that house in Boston. We are not with the rest of M-Cell. We are in a car with Marianne Johnson, known as Agent Maple. Jana, what's Maple doing? It is mid-morning. She found her car outside this house. and is taken off. What do we see?
Um, she is driving kind of looking a little sleepy. Everything's kind of catching up. That whole going through, you know, the dream world or Carcosa or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And right now, she's just focusing on heading towards the meeting place.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's go there. Turk, I'm going to bring up a little map on roll 20.
Well, okay.
It is not a fancy battle map that you're used to. It looks a little bit something like this. Meeting place is in Uxbridge, Massachusetts, meaning that to get there, Maple has to go the same direction that the rest of the team will go a few hours later, south into Connecticut, back up towards Uxbridge. And it'll take you about an hour. Does she stop anywhere? Let's say she has to get gas probably once.
Yeah,
Um,
she'll get
does she get something to
gas.
eat?
Nothing to eat. Just a cup of coffee
Just a cup of coffee. Is that at the gas station or somewhere else?
at the gas station.
You are driving, and eventually the road around you stops being residential, and it becomes, like there's like you pass through some forest, some woodland. You pass down into sort of that marshy shoreland that you get in the Northeast. And there's a dog. You hear a dog. Um, and eventually, let's say around noon, you approach the Trivelino Mall, just outside of Uxbridge. You get off at Columbina Street. It's a service road, runs parallel to the 146. And as you go down this service road, you come across a gate. It's like a metal service gate where it ends, but past it, just a little bit down the road, you can see the mall, or at least what looks like a mall. How do you proceed from here? You're still kind of far away, but do you have any plan going forward here?
No, I don't think she had. She didn't have really time to think about it before we had gone into the other world, and so now she's coming here, and there's really no plan. She came here by herself.
Yeah.
She didn't bring anyone else. She didn't bring the rest of the team like she was supposed to. It's just her.
Right. Okay. So Maple gets out of the car, has to open this gate. It's not locked or anything like that. And get back in and proceed. Come across a 3-story sign on the side of the road reading Trivelino Mall. And right next to the words in this purple script, there's a picture of an old French looking mask. All of the slots below that, which are meant for, Sears, J.C. Coles, J.C. Penney, they're all empty. And at a brief glance, looking around the parking lot, you don't see any cars. You see overgrowth. And up ahead, at the entrance to this parking lot, there's another gate, similarly unlocked, but there is a sign hanging from it. And she is close enough to see that the sign reads, "No trespassing. Dangerous levels of radon poisoning. Do not proceed."
Kind of just looks at it and kind of giggles a little bit about it. It's like, you know how
Radon.
many of these I smoked in my life?
The sign does not respond. Just
So
push past
we'll
it and
go
drive
through it.
in.
Yep.
Okay. You drive through the empty parking lot, your wheels kicking up gravel, loose stone, some overgrowth of plants. It's not hard to find a parking spot, but you find an entrance to the mall. It appears to be the main entrance, but again, plastered over two of the glass doors at this entrance are the same signs: no entry, private property, dangerous levels of radon poisoning.
Keep going.
Okay. I'm going to take you over to a map for the mall. Fortunately, you know exactly where you are, because there's a little sign that says you are here. Like every good mallmanac. You enter the mall, and if it wasn't clear already, it's obvious that this place is shut down. It's not functioning. But the other thing that maybe puts Maple on edge is that there doesn't appear to be any power either. And so inside the mall, it is dark and empty. And as she enters, what kind of shoes does Maple wear?
Maple wears, she wears Crocs.
Okay. Your feet, your Crocs, squeak on the dusty linoleum flooring. Let's make an alertness roll for Maple, but I'd like you to do it at -20.
I was gonna say,
Because
she's
it's
never been
dark.
good at it to begin with, so.
All right.
-20. Let's see. That's a failure. Surprisingly, not the worst failure. It's only like 5 off.
That's not. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Do you want to use a hero point?
No.
Okay. All right.
Save the
You
0
look
point.
around. You do pick up something, which is that there's a smell on the air. The smell is. It is. At first, you think it's bleach, but then you realize it's probably closer to chlorine. And you don't need a vision check to notice that. You do see that there are some emergency lights, like the kind on those like beige wall sockets, you know, that are still functioning throughout. And past this western hall of empty, defunct stores, you see in the center of the mall there's what looks like maybe a water feature, a fountain in the intersection of all the hallways. Just for the sake of those folks who haven't watched before, maybe haven't been able to catch up, what's Maple doing here?
So the reason why Maple is here is that she had radioed back into Delta Green to tell them that there was a large chance that the team had been compromised and had been infected by the yellow sign. And they told her, bring everybody here to this mall for a meeting. And she had mentioned it to Mayday, but also with the added implication of a voicemail from Acel.
From Agent
warning,
Agent?
Yeah, from Agent, warning Maple that Delta Green is doing house cleaning. And
what does that mean for those of us who don't pick up on the subtlety there?
Well, that means I just walked into a really... This is a comedy dell'arte. I'm the fool who just walked into a trap. Willingly.
You don't even need a roll. I'll tell you. A TRIVELINO is a character from Commedia dell'arte.
So, so this is basically a suicide mission coming in here.
Does Maple think that right now in this moment?
Yep.
Why is she here?
Maple's old. Has been well established. She's an old woman who's seen a lot of things over the years, and she, for those who don't know, she's been with Delta Green since like the beginning when it kind of founded and such from like the 70s, though not an active like field agent for the most part, excluding the time when in the 90s she was, and then she broke her hip and that basically forced her out. But she's seen a lot of good people come and go.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always done what Delta Green has wanted and done by her duty. And at this moment, she is compromised. And so she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
So she knows that she's been compromised. She recognizes that in herself.
Now, there's that itch in the brain.
She's a company woman.
So here she is in a defunct mall.
And she enters, proceeds down the hallway. How about another alertness roll?
With a
No,
negative still? No.
no negative this time. Just your straight 33%.
A success. 23.
Nice. Excellent. The ambient light from outside soon is swallowed up by the darkness. But as you pass by these stores, looks like one was a Hot Topic and then one was a Torrid, and pass by one with no sign left. And a lot of them still have their shelves and displays, but for the most part, it has this eerie feeling like there's things you can't see. There are hidden figures everywhere. And as you pass by one of these empty slots, these empty plots, stores, you see something. And it takes you a moment to recognize what it is because it's a little off-putting. But back toward the end, the rear end of one of the stores, you can see through the glass there is a humanoid figure. This figure is the size of a child. The figure is not dressed as a clown, the relief of everyone here, but it is wearing what appears to be a golden robe with a featureless mask over its face. And it is standing perfectly still up until the point where you lock eyes with its featureless mask. And then it starts dancing and cavorting. And it looks at you, and it holds up an invisible, imaginary gun and points it downward and mimics a shot, and then dances a little bit more, holds it up again, mimics another shot. It does this 4 times, and then it holds up one arm and it points toward the center of the mall. And then it brings this golden finger up to its lips and mimics a... And then it fades back into one of the shadows.
That was creepy as fuck. This is radon poisoning all around us.
It is radon poisoning. Make me a sanity check.
Made one of these in a while. I failed.
Ooh, you did fail. You take 1 point of sanity loss. at this strange childlike creature.
Fair. That was creepy.
It was. It was fair. You approach the center of the mall. You realize that's where this chlorine smell is coming from. This fountain is no longer working, but you can still smell the residue from the chlorine in the middle of it. It's hard to tell what the fountain is. It's got a lot of angles to it. It's kind of like modernist weirdness, but as you're looking at it, and as you emerge into the center of that lower level, you see 5 figures stand up from within the walls of the fountain. And they are all identically dressed. They're all child-size figures in a white mask and a golden robe. And they all start to dance in unison. And when they do, you hear a gong sound. And then, from an unseen source, you hear music start to play. And you're looking around trying to figure out where this is coming from, this music. But then the next thing you hear is... And I'm going to make 4 attack rolls for the Delta Green team that is located on the level above you. These are semi-automatic weapons. They have a 10% lethality rating. I'm going to make them in the chat on Roll20 so you can see them all.
Okay.
There is no roll to succeed. If they roll above a 10, you add the numbers together and lose that much hit points. If they roll below a 10, you're dead. Actually, you know what? There is a firearms check. The first, yeah, it's a 55. It's worth mentioning that while this is happening, the children keep dancing. And they start moving around, and they move through the walls of the fountain, as if they're non-corporeal. First shot is a miss. It whizzes past your head. The second shot is a hit. Take 8 points of health loss.
Okay.
She hits you in the lower abdomen.
These guys are all bad shots.
Third shot is a miss, barely. And I don't like that it's barely, so I'm going to spend my villain point to reroll. Third shot again. That's a lethality shot. The third shot is between Maple's eyes.
I got there in the end.
Maple falls to the ground, and her consciousness is gone. But we stay there. We watch as one of the children dancing around dances toward Maple and slowly lays itself down in a fetal position, mimicking where her body is, and then vanishes. We see a team of 4 Delta Green agents. They're dressed in Kevlar vests. They have SWAT team helmets and visors on. They walk down the stairs from the upstairs level, and one of them says, "Well, got one of them. What do we do now?" There's no answer. The children, the other 4, are still dancing. Dancing. They don't seem to notice them. And none of the other agents respond. And she says, "Michael, what do we do now?" Turk, what does Michael say?
Find out where the others went. Bring them down.
Should we clean this up?
Get the bag.
And off Martini goes to get the bag.
Messy fucking shots.
We watch as the camera angle pointing down expands and moves up from the fountain. When we see that the shape of the fountain is, of course, the yellow sign. Meanwhile, we go to the gas station in Connecticut. We see that behind the gas station, next to an ice maker, we see Nicholas doing an Instagram post. Colin, do you want to tell us what Nicholas is saying? Or is it wordless, soundless in our grief?
Well, there it is. Got kidnapped again. How these things do happen to me. It is, I suppose, sort of an unfortunate side effect of walking the left-hand path in life, that along the way there will be those who will wish to take you down. But as you all know, my dear followers, I am resilient. I am strong. I shall carry on. But it certainly wouldn't hurt if all of you would please at this moment you could go to my Ko-fi or perhaps to my Patreon and up your monthly donations. I certainly wouldn't say no. And if you're in the looks over at like a road sign.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the area of near Hartford, Connecticut, if you could contact the authorities, that would also be fine. I would appreciate that. I suppose I should go, so as not to anger my captors, but thank you all so much. And Mystical Nicholas, out.
We jump over to the gas pump, where we see Maltese standing outside of the car, pumping gas, filling up the tank, and in the driver's seat. No, passengers. Who's driving? Lonnie, were you driving? Was
I was not.
I think you're in the front seat.
I was driving.
I was in the passenger.
Okay. So you're in the passenger seat as the traffic goes by, and both of you are just staring across the parking lot at this cafe bookshop thing. And both of you just saw some really weird stuff. And we'll check in on you in just a second. But for right now, I want to head inside and through the gas station convenience store area into the bathroom, where we find Agent Manglerfish washing her hands over and over and over and looking into the mirror. Sam, what's going through Anglerfish's head right now?
She's just kind of like staring unblinkingly at herself in the mirror. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. She's like muttering over and over again. I'm somewhere else. I wasn't here. I was somewhere else. And now I'm here, and I don't. Okay. She's going to reach into her pocket and pull out a what almost looks like a pill bottle. She unscrews the lid and looks inside. These little golden beetles.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 little beetles in there. Bugs that are shimmering gold.
She almost visibly seems to calm down on seeing them. Relaxing. They just need to trust me. If they all trust me, then we can get back to where we were. We could take them back home. We could get them home, but they have to trust me first. I just need to remember my training. Just trust. They have to trust me, and then they'll listen, and then I could show them the way. But if I have you guys, then they won't trust me. Because if they see them, they won't understand. And they have to trust me, so I need to like gonna pull out one of the beetles and place it on her palm. If they don't,
I'm
You
sorry, I
guys.
need to ask which one. Ringo? No, Ringo's
Harrison.
dead.
Ringo's
Harrison.
dead. This is Harrison. But she will pull out McCarthy and Lennon as well, so that she has 3 on her hands. If they find you, then they won't trust me. And if they can't trust me, I can't take them where they need to be.
Aaron, as you hold the beetles in your hand, they've always been gold and shiny, but you realize that they are actually emitting a yellow glowing light around them now. And after you realize this, you look up and you look in the mirror, and you also have this aura around you of radiating this yellow light when you look at yourself. Nothing else in the room, just you and the beetles. And you feel connected. What does she do then?
I think, like, she doesn't look back down at the beetles as she's just transfixed upon this golden aura. And it's almost like she understands. And she's going to take one index finger and she's going to squish the first beetle.
When you do, it's not. You've eaten a beetle before, and when you did last time, it tasted like an insect, right? It was kind of like it had insides and it was juicy, and all those things it crunched. When you crush the beetle, Harrison, it crumbles like a desiccated scarab in your hand. And it sort of collapses into this fine golden powder. It's still glowing.
Just continuing to look at herself in the mirror, and she goes, smashes the next one.
Powder.
And then the third.
Powder.
If they don't see you, then they'll trust me. Just gonna kind of scoop the dust back into the bottle that they were originally in. If there were still leaves in there, she's gonna take those out just so it looks like a normal medicine bottle.
Scoop this gold dust back into the pill bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Take the leaves out. What do you do with the leaves?
Just gonna like hold them against her nose for a moment. I don't think I need these anymore. I'm gonna put it in the trash.
Okay. Close up the pill bottle. Exit the bathroom. Go back out, and when you do, there's 2 things that happen immediately. The first being that underneath, like on the rack below the counter, there is it's where they keep like the newspapers. There are like local newspapers, magazines, things like that, and one of them has a yellow glow coming off of it. And then as you're looking in that direction, the kid behind the counter, who's like early 20s, he has a skinny face and like this big curly head of red hair. And he's standing there and goes, "Hey, miss? Hey,
Yes.
you can't. Is that your car out there?" And he points to the car that you arrived in.
Yeah. Yes. Is there something wrong with it?
You can't leave it unattended. If you're pumping gas, somebody has to be out there with it.
My friends are there.
You look out there, and there's Maltese standing there pumping the gas.
Yeah. My friends are right there.
What? He looks again. Oh, there is a guy there. I did. Oh, that's what. Okay, I didn't see him.
Okay, you're probably tired. Underpaid,
Yeah.
overworked.
Yeah, I am. And you look at the rack below him, and there's a newspaper there, and that's what's giving off that glow. And
Yep.
As you look at it, the first thing that you see just right at the top of the paper is a headline that says, "King claims throne despite family dispute."
Can she open up the newspaper?
You can pick it up and just scan it, and after you pick it up and read it, it starts with a byline, and the reporter's name is Aaron, Erin, but then their last name is Douglas, and then everywhere beyond that, it is just sort of a mundane story about some royal family in another country, and they had some sort of despair, and or they were like an argument or something like that, and there's some question whether it's really kind of a boring story, but it's strange that it jumps out to you that way. You make me a sanity check.
Really?
Yep. Now keep in mind, if you do lose sanity, you can project it onto a bond. I know that you're feeling tenuous.
You ever read a story so boring that it made you go insane?
Apparently. Come on, clickety click.
It's the intriguing headline that you're certain is going to connect to things, and just the snap makes you realize how invested you are. I can see it.
What the heck? Oh, sanity points. There we go. Not willpower.
Yeah, sanity.
Hey! Whoa!
Amazing. No sanity loss. You cling to that last bit of sanity.
I still
You
need it.
realize it's nothing.
It's fine.
Holy shit, I didn't realize how low your sanity was. Oh my god.
It's fine.
7 out of 11, chat.
7 out of 11.
That's right. And so you return outside.
Can
And
I
you-
do something to the
Please.
teller real quick?
To him or with
Him.
him?
For
What are
him.
you doing with my teller? His name is
Do you-
Barney.
Barney
He has a
just
name
like
tag.
reads the sign.
Yeah.
Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
Say it real quick.
Yeah. Holds out a pen.
She's gonna like reach over and the button on like the till that you can like pull some like receipt paper out for.
Yeah.
Then get some paper, rip it.
Okay, you can have paper too.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Can she draw the sign?
Yes. You don't need a roll for that. Just sort of sketch the yellow sign on there.
It's gonna fold it up so he can't see it yet. And slide it across the counter, just smiling the whole time, just bright and cheery.
He looks at it, and he looks at you. I've got a girlfriend.
Well, if you ever want to understand a little bit more and get out of this place, open
Okay.
up then, okay?
Are you gonna pay for the gas?
I think he paid at the pump.
He looks at the register. Yeah, he did.
Okay. Don't work too hard, okay?
Okay. He takes the piece of paper and he doesn't open it. He just sort of stands there with it as you make your way out. Let's go back outside to the pump where everybody's reconvening. Turk, did Maltese pay for the gas at the pump?
I mean, I assume it would be difficult to not.
I mean, you could go inside, get cash or something like that. Do you pay with a credit card?
Yeah, you probably. No.
Cash is untraceable.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, here's a better question then. Does Maltese have cash?
I think Maltese has cash right now. So I think he did not know he was going to be wanted by a paragovernmental organization committed to. Anyway, so that wasn't on his list of things to prepare for. He's probably got like $5 or like $10 to tip his barber.
Well, how about this? You maybe have $5. It's 2015. So gas is a modicum small, like cheaper than it is now. How about a luck roll? And you can pool your resources, and if you succeed, there's enough cash to fill up the tank between the four of you.
All right.
Sound good?
I mean, I think you'll kill me if I don't give you money, so,
Yeah.
19 for 50.
Success.
Hey.
In fact, that's how much cash you have. You have $19. And it is enough to fill up the tank for some reason. Simpler times.
Smaller gas tank.
And you actually did go in and pay and talk to that kid. And it's weird he doesn't remember you. But you don't know that. You don't know he doesn't remember you. Everyone's back out at the pump. And so now, back to the big question of the season and of the hour. There is no mission. What are you going to do now?
Not go into that restaurant. That's all I know.
Do you say that out loud? Does Thelma say that?
I think where we left off, Mayday and Maltese had kind of like decided that between the two of them, and we'll probably reframe it to everybody once they get back.
Okay. What do you tell them? I mean, just in case we don't remember from last time. I can remind you, like you saw the hostess open up this tiny door in the hostess stand and crawled inside.
Oh yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
I don't think I'd. I think I'd kind of just give a general excuse of this. This area just doesn't seem right. Maybe we need to find a place that, especially if we had to pool our money for gas, like we probably don't have money to. We should probably go to a place that has like so many transactions during a day that they won't see if there's a credit card that looks suspicious on the till,
Haven't you seen any government conspiracy movies? You know they're tracking everything.
Well, especially so if they have a short list on a restaurant.
Oh, okay, so I've been kidnapped, but also we're being tracked by government agencies, so this should all be over very quickly?
You've been being tracked by government agencies the second you opened your Instagram account.
Really? A lot of my followers talk about that sort of thing. There seems to be a lot of crossover between the terror world and the kind of conspiracy theory world, so that's sort of fascinating to find out that they were actually right about that. Interesting.
No, that
So
doesn't shock me at all.
Before you hurt your elbow, it's just because I think she's talking in a very general sense. You're not particularly being watched.
He wasn't on the list.
Jeez, you came back quiet.
There's
Okay.
a list? What list?
When we went back to the Dorchester house, they had a list. And I don't remember his name being on it. She gestures towards Nicholas.
This is
the
true.
asylum, the Dorchester House, that one.
Mhm.
Well, I'm quite happy to not be on a list at the asylum. It's good news to me.
Does that
So
mean
how's
we
this
should
work?
use his card? Probably no one's looking for him.
No.
Well,
But
I
you don't
did
make
just
a lot of
sort
money as a tarot card reader online?
No, I actually make quite a bit of money as a tarot card reader online. I did, however, just make an Instagram post in which I sort of offhandedly mentioned being kidnapped. So there's a possibility that people are looking for
You
me.
fucking what? You
Give me the.
My phone? What are you going to do with my phone?
Not let you use it for a little bit. Seems like you need a little detox.
Or he could take the
That is
post
sort of
down.
my whole source of. I can take the post down. I can take the post down. I don't.
How
Do
many
you want me to-
people? How many people have seen it
Like-
already?
Yeah, handler. How many people have liked my post and or commented in the last
You
about 10
open
minutes?
it up, and just at a quick glance, it appears as roll me a d100.
Oh, wonderful. Wanna roll super low so my friends don't kill me.
Shit.
Roll to 61.
61 people have liked it so far.
Okay, it's not bad. Just 61. I can take it down. I can take it down.
Yeah. Also, for
Do you
the
want me to
record,
do
you're
a
not being
retraction?
kidnapped.
Okay, deleting now.
I
So,
think Veda
Nicholas-
will like pointedly move a little bit more towards you to look over your shoulder.
Okay, so you're both kind of looking over the shoulder. Nicholas, you pick up the phone, and you go to delete the post, and like the button on the app doesn't register. It's like it's ghosting you. Like you press it and nothing happens. Like maybe it needs an update, something like that.
Service is probably fucking horrible here. Where the hell are we, anyways? It's not cow shit.
We're in
It's
a
not
little town
working.
called Union, Connecticut. They probably don't have the best service, but you should be able to at least. Do you?
You try it.
You
You try it.
post-
Here,
You posted it. How could you not be able to delete it?
you try. Here, take it. You try it.
She takes the phone. She tries to
You take
delete
the
the
phone.
post.
You try deleting it, and at first there's like nothing, and then the phone rings in your hand.
Oh, I should really. Do you mind?
The ground instinct.
Nicholas, on the caller ID, it is your roommate.
Melly. It's my roommate.
It's
I'm gonna
on the
take this-
ground. You don't have to negotiate with me. It's on the ground.
Oh.
It started ringing in my hand. I freaked out because.
No, but you're not going to like shoot me if I pick it up and answer my roommate, are you?
Tell them it's a misunderstanding and you're fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Tell them
Yep,
to
absolutely.
make sure that they're commenting on that post and saying, he's just being dramatic. It's fine.
Hashtag parody. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go for
that thing.
Nicholas.
Oh, hey, it's Melly.
Hey, Melly. What's up? How you doing?
Where are you?
I am at the gym.
Nicholas, make me an int times 5 roll.
Int times 5. Int, for those of you at home, stands for intelligence, of which I have some.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait one moment. I called
Yeah.
that wrong. I would like an
Did you?
alertness roll for you instead.
Very good, very good. I also have some of that.
Okay.
Not enough. That's an 89. That is a
Um,
failure. 89 over 40. A fail.
fail.
Sure, you
As you're
collect the
talking
box,
with
though.
Melly, as you're talking, there's some sort of sound on the line, like behind him in the background. You can hear something, and it's kind of, but it's muffled, and so you can't make out what it is. But there's noise at the house, apparently, the apartment, and he says, so where are you? What's going on?
I'm at the gym.
Jim?
I stopped to grab a what do gym people drink? What's like a drink you drink at the gym?
In smoothie?
Smoothie, yeah.
A smoothie. Yeah, I stopped to grab a
Nice.
protein shake on the way to the gym. I stopped at the gas station that sells protein shakes before I went to the gym.
Persuasion check for Nicholas. As he is lying. And I'm not even going to
for-
penalize you because it was just funny. So just roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'm sure he's very persuasive.
He has a 70 persuade.
Yeah, all right. A success.
There you go. Success.
Great,
46 under 70 success.
Melly says, "Yeah, oh yeah, a protein shake from the gas station.
Yeah, it's
there've
not a
been
very good protein shake, but it'll do.
There've been people coming by asking about you.
Oh?
About if you're home, looking for you. People in suits.
Okay, yeah. You tell them I'm fine. I made a post that might have confused, given some people the wrong idea.
Oh,
Perhaps.
you did that? No.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it was such a joke. Yes. I said I was kidnapped. I sort of meant taken by the spirits, not really actually kidnapped. It's a
Oh.
misunderstanding. I'm trying to take it down, but the Instagram's not working. So if you could just tell them that I'm fine, I'm accounted for, I haven't really been kidnapped,
Oh.
that would be great.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. The sound in the background of this call is growing louder. And what you realize now is that it sounds like loud music and like a party. Like
Are you having a
rager.
rave at our, Are you having a
Yeah.
rave at our place?
Am I having a what?
A rave? Are you on Molly? Like, what are you doing? What?
No, I'm Molly. I'm your roommate.
No, Melly, you're very funny.
Melly.
Yes. What? Are you having a party?
No, I'm not having a party. Why?
What's that music then? There's like
The
some
music starts
bumping
growing,
beats.
and you can hear boom, 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 boom,
I can feel it
and
in my chest,
people
Melly. What is it?
shouting and cheering and laughing. And he says, "Well, okay, I'll tell them that you're not home." And as he's saying this, you hear that the people in the background of this call are starting to chant, and they're saying, "Unmask, unmask, unmask, unmask." And Melly says, "Okay, I'll see you later," and he hangs up the phone.
What? That was
How'd it go?
fucking weird. Well-
Have a sanity check from Nicholas when you get a chance.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, let's. What I say next is going to be determined by the sanity check. So
Absolutely.
let's see.
Let's inform it. Let's inform it.
I got 50 sandy. Not no more though.
Now you got 49 sanity
49 sandy.
as that weird phone call. And
My head hurts.
Do you need some
Listen.
water?
Yes, actually. I didn't really have a protein shake. That was a ruse. Listen, I've noticed that with you lot, when I say really strange things, like how I suddenly know about demons and whatnot, that that when I say those things, none of you think that they're particularly weird. You just sort of let it roll off your back. So, if I were to say to you, unmask, 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 what does that mean anything to you?
Does
Not all at
it?
once.
Handler?
No, that was.
Does it?
I mean, that was. I mean, there's a masquerade.
Okay, my roommate, he said there were people there looking for me. He said they were in suits, which doesn't seem that strange. Could be cops or something. But there was this loud music in the background, and then it got louder and louder. It sounded like a rave. I mean, it was loud. And then there were these people chanting, "Unmask, unmask, unmask," and it's like he couldn't hear it, but it was deafeningly loud. What's all this about masks? Do you know?
Here's my question.
Yes.
Out of character, I'm wondering,
Oh, yes.
in between and this is really for anglerfish, actually. Aaron,
Mangler.
in between the initial mission and the time where she was basically taken into custody and admitted to the asylum, do you think she had time to look up more and maybe find a copy of The King in Yellow?
I'm trying to think of
Roll
how
a
much
luck
time.
check. But
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she had enough time. I think she may have. Roll me a luck check.
Let's find out.
86 over 50.
86 is the
possible
worst
outcome.
possible result. We have that
and-
rule.
Yeah, worst possible result in this case is no, Aaron. You haven't, but you know it's out there. And the fact that you haven't been able to find one is infuriating.
It is.
So, that's what Nicholas tells you. You don't know what this mask is, but there is a masquerade. That was a connection. You've seen figures wearing masks. What now?
Question of the hour.
Well, Aaron's gonna go back inside and get water and road snacks for the group.
When
Combos?
you get combos for Nicholas.
You gotta have combos. It's
If
you
they
ever
have
notice to only
combos.
eat combos when driving? It's like
Oh, also, yeah,
exclusively
always,
a road
yeah.
snack. I don't know. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Get combos, other stuff, waters. Aaron, when you go up to the counter, Barney looks back at you with a big smile on his face. He's like, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
On the house, and he just sort of slides all the stuff over to you.
Can I have a bag?
Yes.
Perfect.
He reaches and he gets you a bag, puts it all in there and hands it to you, holds it out.
She's
with
gonna
that
like
smile.
put her hands over his hands as she like takes the bag. I'm so glad that you're starting to understand.
I am.
It's so exciting.
It is. And he starts to like just sort of like shake and pace, and you know what I mean? Like just starts pacing around behind the counter as you leave. Bye. 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 You head back out. Where do you go?
I got
Come on,
snacks.
agents.
When Manglerfish went inside, I think I would pull aside Mystical Nicholas for a minute.
Okay.
At your disposal.
And she'll kind of have her arms crossed and look a little begrudging, but it's come to my attention that we don't trust you and you don't trust us, then you posting on Instagram about being kidnapped is something that is a very real concern, which is something that we don't need on top of everything else that's happening right now. So I am going to tell you why the movie was so important. And I want you to understand that you're not being kidnapped. You are in a group of people that probably understands you more than you know. And again, this is just so that you trust us and stop trying to get people to come after us.
Okay.
But one of my friends was one of the victims that died after
Oh.
going to see that movie. She
And
had...
Turk is back here making noise during your big scene.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Everyone shame Turk.
There was a scary light outside.
Shame.
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 Sorry, I'm sorry to
Shame.
interrupt. Please proceed.
Again, she's not like really even making eye contact with him, kind of just looking around because she still doesn't really know. Again, very begrudging. And just, my friend was one of the people that died after that movie. They said she died of a drug overdose and she's never done drugs in her life, and I don't believe a second of it.
Oh.
And the reason why I am here is because I dug into it. And like I mentioned earlier, seems like government agencies are following everything you do online. Believe it or not, my search history into that movie raised some alerts. So you knowing the movie and both of us recognizing the stub is one reason why it makes sense that you're here right now.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. Now you can understand why we cannot afford to have you posting about this. We can't afford to let anyone just look at us the wrong way right now. Geez, I don't even know where one of our agents is right now. But
Okay.
that movie is the starting point of all of this, and apparently it's our tie in this moment.
Do the other ones have some connection to this film, or just you and I?
I haven't really asked them about it. I'll be honest, I wasn't originally part of the same group that some of them are. Well, Aaron is, but kind of got thrown into this a little sporadically too.
What's her deal? She seems a little...
I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen her much recently either.
Okay.
Seems like she might have been corrupted. Let's just say. Not sure of the extent.
Let's just back up a moment, and I want you to try to understand this from my perspective, yeah? I've never met any of you in my entire life, and I've never spoken to anyone else who had a connection to that film, I would also add. And this morning I woke up in my apartment in Jamaica Plain My phone told me that I had an appointment for a house showing. I'm not in the market to buy a house. I didn't make that appointment. But I went anyway. I don't know why. It was on my calendar, so I went. Where I meet all of you, who all seem to be spouting utter insanity constantly, and are making, at least I believe you're making, very odd things pop into my head, like things about demons and whatnot. And I look, I know this is costume jewelry, okay? These aren't even real stones. This is an act. This is a thing I do for the internet. I don't actually believe that these fucking pieces of cardboard have any power. But you all seem to be affirming, do correct me if I'm wrong, that all the things that I think are bullshit are perhaps real. That there is something supernatural in the world. And since, hey, in the spirit of complete honesty, I should probably tell you if it changes the way you feel about our connection at all. I wasn't actually in the movie. At least I don't think I was. I auditioned, and I put a lot of money, lot of money, into having that film made, under the impression that it would get me a leading role, and it did not. So I've never even seen it. But I did spend much of my parents' fortune on that dreadful little film. I don't know if that changes how you feel at all. Still a connection, but perhaps not quite as strong as you thought.
Oh, kind of makes it sound like you're partially responsible for the death of my friend by funding a movie that was the last thing she ever saw in life. Which isn't really a great jumping off point for a friendship.
To be honest with you, what was your name again? I'm sorry.
Thelma.
What's your name?
Thelma. To be honest with you, Thelma, I haven't even considered that friendship is on the cards for us at all, based on your present disposition, or anything since the moment that we've met. All I can say is that if I'm... I just want to say, if there's any... I don't know what I don't know what I helped create by giving that strange director my money. But to the extent that I have any responsibility at all, then I'm sorry. I don't know if that means anything, but all I wanted was an actual acting gig. I just wanted, well, frankly, for my parents to be proud of me. I certainly never wanted anyone to get hurt, and I still don't quite understand how I even did that. How it even happened. The mechanics of it don't really... but to the extent that I can offer any apology, then it's yours. I'm sorry.
I guess that's another connection we have at the moment. I don't quite know what to make of that. The same way you don't know what to make of this. But thank you.
I still don't understand what we're doing, by the way. I mean, well, thank you for accepting my apology, but
Oh, I didn't accept. I just said thank you for apologizing. But
we'll call that a step in the right direction. Very good. We're building up to it. Thelma, I understand, okay, yes, we have this connection via a film from when I was 19 years old, but what are we actually doing here? And I assume if you're saying I'm not kidnapped, that I'm not actually in any danger, so what do you want with me?
I think she gives a look back to Maltese at this point, kind of like a... I don't even
Well,
know what to say, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say. And
what is Maltese doing at this moment?
Posting up on the car, looking angsty. But
are you looking angsty in my direction by any
he's
chance?
watching that conversation go down.
A lot of hands, very animated.
Oh, not with me. My arms are definitely crossed for most of it, very
Yeah.
guarded.
Like
For
myself.
you, yeah.
I want to make sure I have this right, because end of last season we kind of like switched some things out.
Yeah. You don't have any reason to believe that you're in immediate danger, but you do know from going to the Dorchester house.
That shit's weird there, yes.
Your names are on record,
So
and the police were there for something involving you, and they wanted to pull guns on you.
but the JC Lynn's hotel brought up and stuff, that's still, we know that.
That's still in play. That you still have that invitation from Abby. In fact, I can pull you over to the board, but you also should have that in your journals. You can look at. I would also mention, Maltese, that if you're posted up looking angsty, you know you need to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'll look back at Maltese. Probably turn around before I really know if he's about to make any moves to come over or not. And just I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you, okay? I don't think we're in any immediate danger, but I mean, you've heard us talk about demons.
Yeah.
It's not exactly something that I can promise. Danger isn't on the table. That'd sound crazy if I tried to tell you otherwise. All I know is that you know more information about some of this than we do, which seems helpful. And
Okay.
I think at this point, this isn't my decision, obviously, but don't know if you can really run away from it.
That's sounds threatening. Was it meant to be?
Not by me. But
You must understand how strange it is when someone tells you that you're not being kidnapped, but you also can't leave.
you're one to preach about powers that are bigger than all of us. What do
Yeah,
you
but
think you would do if there was a power that was bigger than you, trying to pull threads? Do you think you'd stay in a group of other people that would also understand what you're going through, or are you going to try to go back to your roommate who's throwing a rave, or something? I'm not too sure about that. And just hope they never caught on that actually, apparently they have caught on. Someone's caught on something. So, would you rather be confused in a group of people that could help you potentially understand it? Or
I would like, frankly, to wake up now. I would like this to not be real. You asked me what I would do if there was a power greater than myself. I would take every pain to ignore its existence at all costs. I would carry on with my life as if that power did not exist. And I would probably try to make money off of it somehow by telling other people that it does. That's just the God's honest truth. I don't want anything to do with a higher power. I don't want anything to do with anything greater than myself.
he wants something to do with you, apparently. So, I'd suggest you start acting accordingly. And I think at that she's going to turn around.
You turn around, and That car, your car, has been sitting at the pump for a long time. And just getting off of the highway and heading in your direction is a state trooper vehicle.
She'll see that, turn around really quick, kind of even just like throw it over her shoulder, not actually turn around, but say, and you better make that decision quick. And she's going to start hustling towards the car.
All the rest of you see this car now as well, pulling up to the pump, sort of kitty corner behind and across from where Maltese is pumping, or was pumping, and is now leaning against the car anxiously.
Nicholas like looks at the cop car and is like, I mean, that's a way out. He could run over to that cop right now and be out of this.
So it would seem.
He could turn himself in and, oh yes, I've been kidnapped. These people are trying to kill me. Or he could go in the back of that car. And he, like, just looks between cop car and then their car. Cop car, their car. Cop car, their car. And cannot make a decision.
I will say that when Mayday starts walking to the car, she will probably be trying to get Maltese to move really quickly, and
hustle.
very clearly look like she's worried.
Yeah. And I think Maltese would see this trooper vehicle. So would Anglerfish, although she might process it differently. You know.
Friend.
Mm.
No, just kidding.
Man.
After they already chased us out of Boston.
I think he reaches into his pocket and feels his tarot deck in his pocket.
Yeah.
And just like pulls the first card he can find. And I'm not literally pulling a card right now. I'm looking for one because there was a card that Turk pulled earlier. We were pulling tarot cards in the chat earlier for funsies.
Oh.
And Turk pulled a card.
Two of Wands.
That is like the perfect card for
Two
this
of Wands?
situation.
Is that what it was?
No, it was the Two of Swords. It was the Two of Swords.
Oh, is it Two of Swords? Oh.
Yeah, it was the Two of Swords, which is the classic difficult choice and both are bad card.
Yep.
It depicts the image of someone holding two swords, and you can choose to impale yourself on either one. And I think that's what he... Jesus Christ, where is this card? I'm like, going through the whole deck. I think that's what he pulls.
Yeah.
And he just stares at that for a minute, and he reflects on it and realizes that, yes, like, both of these are bad. There is no right decision to be made in this situation. So he looks at this group of fucking weirdos and the possibility of the world being larger and more strange. There it fucking is. That took forever. Of the world being larger and more strange than he ever actually thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just bullshit. There really is something bigger than himself that exists.
It is a minor card common that he's seen before. When he looks at it this time, the figure holding the swords is wearing a white mask.
It's funny, she already wears a white blindfold, as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fucking weird. But he looks at the card, and on the Two of Swords, on one side, it's almost a completely symmetrical image, but on one side, there is a crescent moon. So, two choices, both bad, but one is more interesting. And he looks back to the car and just literally says aloud to himself, fuck it. And puts it in his car, puts it in his pocket, and walks over to the car.
And you enter the car, and you all take off without much of a notice from the state trooper behind you. You drive. Do you Turk? Maltese is behind the wheel, I assume.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm just going down the other way at 90 and just hoping that no one's looking for us.
Seattle.
No.
Heading
other
down
end of
90. 90's east-west, right?
Yeah.
So it would go west within Connecticut into where?
Well, eventually, yeah, I would go New York briefly, then New Jersey, I think. No, you could keep going into New
Oh,
York.
no.
Yeah, you just
No,
keep going to New
it
York.
runs
Yeah,
the whole
runs
length of
all the
New York.
way. Yeah, we can get our way all the way to fucking Syracuse.
Okay.
You got all Buffalo.
Go to the Finger
Yeah.
Lakes.
So you start crossing New York, and eventually it gets dark, and you see a motel by the side of the road. It looks like an older mom and pop place, not like a Motel 6 or whatever. It might be a safe place to stop for the night. What do you do?
Anyone have any objections to quick little pit stop here?
Are we sleeping?
No, we're all just gonna magically be completely rejuvenated. Yeah, no. Plan is to sleep.
I don't know. I thought you were on the run. I thought you just, like, I don't know, snort caffeine pills all night long and stay behind the wheel at a dangerous clip. But no, okay, yeah, no, sleep sounds great. Love that. Love sleep.
Good.
Should we put the truck somewhere else instead of in front of where we're staying?
We'll park it in the back, somewhere off the road.
Yeah. There's a place out of sight where you can pull behind and tuck it there. You go into the lobby. There is a woman working the desk who looks exhausted. Doesn't really seem interested in seeing you at all. Who's the one who goes up?
I'll go up.
You walk up to the counter, and you stand there.
Hi?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh.
Oh my god, I didn't even see you!
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Working on my invisibility act, I guess.
okay. You need a, what can I, you got a reservation?
I don't, looking just for... Yeah, looks over at Nicholas and, like, that prospect of, like... Share room.
Does he have a card? Does he have cash?
Two rooms
Four.
with two beds each.
3 rooms. 3 rooms.
2 rooms, 2 beds each.
3 rooms.
2 rooms.
I've only got 2 rooms available. Sorry, they're adjoining.
Perfect.
Okay,
I snore.
I'll need it.
Don't care.
She sets you up in a set of rooms. It's a 1-level hotel, and you both split up. Fortunately, it's two doubles. You know, so at least you don't need to spoon unless you want to. And you all sort of start just like collapsing. Somebody turns on the TV. Who is it? Nicholas. Of course.
Bored. And he's also trying to not use his phone as much because he got scolded for it. So he's like, okay, different entertainment. Don't look at
Nicholas, you turn on the TV, and you start flipping through the channels until eventually you come across this. And it looks like another show has been interrupted by a news broadcast. And there's 2 anchors sitting behind the desk, and one of them says, "A shocking report today from the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston, as we've been receiving reports of a group of escaped fugitives from a mental hospital. Here's what the police are telling us. Thelma Griffin Myers, age 34, Aaron Maynard, 32, Marianne Johnson, 83, Leanne Cooley, age 48, and a 5th, as yet unidentified man, escaped from the Dorchester House Psychiatric Care Facility late Friday night in Boston, but not before horrifically assaulting at least 5 Dorchester House employees and taking the lives of 4 others." And all of these pictures appear across the screen, and they're all of the people mentioned, but Maltese, your picture shows up and it's blurry.
Ooh.
So you can't make out your face. But all of you are standing, staring straight at the camera. And you don't remember having these pictures taken. And it appears as just underneath where the frame cuts off, you're holding something. And the news anchor continues. Stranger still, the group was seen later by local police in the company of a man initially mistaken for a Bradley Ethan Barnes III, but who was later bizarrely confirmed to be internet micro-celebrity Mystical Nicholas Fowles, a hack psychic and failed actor who the police think is the ringleader of the group. We'll keep you posted as more develops. And then it goes to camera 2, to the other anchor, and there's a picture of Nicholas and a close-up of his face, but it's in black and white and kind of grimy. Like they obviously photoshopped it a little bit. And it says, this is the second time that moderately successful Instagram influencer Mystical Nikki has been in the public eye today. It started when he posted the following Instagram story earlier this evening, before the story officially broke. In this video, he claims at first to be a victim, but from there, well, you'll just have to see for yourself. Please keep in mind, this is not meant for impressionable viewers. And then we see Nicholas in a slightly pixelated camera phone post from next to an ice machine saying, well, hello, followers, I got kidnapped again. Not exactly sure how I ended up, but you know how I always say that. What did you say? Something about the left door and blah, blah, blah. And you say all those things again.
When you
And
follow the
then-
left-hand path, get it right.
Follow the left hand. And he says, but it's like I've always been saying, interconnectedness is the knowledge of life force and of all of us. Life is nothing short of a refining osmosis through sensual knowledge. And no knowledge is more sensual than what I'm about to reveal right now. There's a king. No, not Jesus. Not Elvis. He's called the King in Yellow. And he has a play that all of you need to experience. This play and the people who read it and serve him, like my new friends, are the only things in this world that are real. Our world is nothing but a distraction. Things like time and place and order and sanity are shadows cast by the footlights of his play as it goes on and on forever. This play is the pinion of eternity on which the entire world turns. Stay tuned after this week. We're working with Redbubble to come up with some new merch, our first ever merch to feature the yellow side. And then it stops, cuts off, goes back to the news anchor. And they say, we'll keep you more informed as we develop. And now, back to Family Guy. And and just as it does that, and you're standing around, Turk, I need your help on this, please.
Yeah.
As you're all standing around, I think all of you eventually see this, like you're part of watching this. There's a knock at the door.
Oh.
Turk.
Yeah.
Who answers?
Not quickly, not before getting a gun. But
Are we in separate rooms or the
Okay.
same room?
They're joining.
Well,
so
they're
you're in the same room
connected.
right now.
They have a door between them.
Yes. Yeah, they're joining.
I
So you walk
One
up
of
to the door?
walk up to the door, gun pointed, like center of the door itself, and then look through the eye hole.
You look through the eye door. Jana, who does he see?
Oh shit!
A
muted person.
muted. Wow.
I'm muted. He sees
they're on the other side of the door.
Jana.
he sees a young black woman standing there holding two identical suitcases or briefcases.
You see this woman, and for a brief moment, it looks like Maple. Then you realize it's not, although she does have a cigarette dangling out of her mouth.
I'm sorry. Can we help you with something?
Yes, you could open up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you understand how this is a private domicile at the moment.
Seriously. Maltese, open up and let me in.
His name.
Give me a moment. Whom's the fuck are you?
Open up and I'll let you know. It's rude to keep me out here.
Nah,
People waiting outside?
guests introduce themselves. Especially when they're talking weird.
Fine, I'm Agent... Fine, I'm Agent Million.
You couldn't have said that with any more degree of certainty? Like...
I don't know, I needed an M name, alright? That's all I know about that part. Will you let me in?
The door opens but has the bolt, kind of like the thing in place.
Chain.
Yeah, the chain in place.
Yeah.
The fuck you want, huh?
To be let in, clearly? I think I established that well, so...
She
Yeah.
did say that. Yeah.
You know, yeah, okay, you're both fucking clever. Congrats.
What if
Why?
one of the people after us?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh!
Are you
that's
sending
the
people
right
after
one.
us?
No, I don't know people.
They wouldn't say that if they were.
What do you mean you don't know people?
Well, oh... You really gonna make me explain all of this out in the hallway, where anyone could hear?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're gonna let me inside.
Shoot her or something if she... Thing.
I'm gonna shoot you.
Please don't.
Door unlatches. Walk in slow, okay?
Yeah, whatever. She'll come in and... clumsily with the 2 suitcases. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Toss them on the bed.
Can I have one of those?
Sure. She'll take out a pack.
Passes you the suitcase. You... Oh, the cigarettes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, gives you a cigarette.
Yeah, no, I don't want to
Tosses...
I want a cigarette.
If you'll let me, Jana, I think what happens right before we go to break here is she tosses one suitcase on the bed. They're identical. But she looks between them, picks one, puts it on the bed, unlatches it, opens it up, and inside is $1 million.
I had a delivery to make, clearly.
And that's where we're going to take our break. I can't wait to go with this because Jen and I have been talking about this for weeks. Let's take a little 10-minute. We got to get right back to this. I want to keep moving. I want to keep going. So go get a drink.
I made that happen. I made the money appear. That was me.
We'll be back with our $1 million in just a moment, but stay right where you are, and we'll see you in just a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back to this nonsense. We're playing Impossible Landscapes from Delta Green, and we've just met somebody new as somebody has arrived at the door of this hotel here, and they seem to know exactly where to go. They knocked on the door. They knew who Maltese was by name. They gave it a big knock, 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 and claims to be Agent Million. And when Agent Million enters, they put down one of their 2 suitcases and opens it up. And this suitcase is filled with cash. And when I say cash, it is in... what is it in? I'm going to look really quick.
Non-consecutive 20s.
Non-consecutive $2 bills.
Well, one sec. I mean, does somebody look at it? Does somebody immediately start looking at this money? Obviously.
I think Nicholas has an absolutely irrepressible urge to touch money.
I mean, it wasn't. I delivered it for you, so.
Okay.
I think 100%. He's like, touch it. Oh my! Like counting, fucking running his fingers up, like doing the cool little making the bills ripple.
Well, let's take a moment here because she opens it up and you take a look at it, and what is the
What you playing at, Rimbo?
I had something specific. I have a detail about it, and oh yes, so it is a series of $100. It's in $100 bills, basically. It's
Oh,
broken up into
hundo.
hundreds, which is not as big as you would think for $1 million. It fits into a suitcase. I looked it up. These
good.
are old-looking dollar bills. They seem to be an older printing, still good. But some of them are covered in blood.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Need
fine.
Nicholas, as the one who made this request, to roll me a sanity check.
Okay. Sure. That seems normal and good. I just recently lost some sanity. What's a little more? Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, it's a real, it's a real downward
That's a big,
spiral for
fail,
Nicholas.
bud. That's a 95 over 49.
Okay, I mean, it is cushioned by the fact that you now have $1 million, but you do take
What's
3
that?
points of sanity loss there.
What the fuck?
As
Money!
the request that you made from this on the Seer phone, on the cell phone, comes through.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that off into a bond, my guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna push
which
that
bond do you want to push that onto?
I'm gonna push that onto my agent, Brian, because I have $1 million and I don't think I really need his ass anymore, do I? Just saying.
Fair. Of course, there's like a really good question here, and the question at the core of this is: if reality is forfeit, what good is $1 million? But
yeah, but I'd rather have reality be forfeit and have $1 million than have reality be forfeit and not have $1 million, Justin.
Excellent, for sure. Roll me a d4, please, Colin.
Sure. I'm gonna fire my fucking agent. D4. That's a 4.
Ooh, fantastic. I will say this also includes the weird news broadcast about you. And all of this together is happening at once. Your relationship with your agent goes down by 4.
Okay.
And then on top of that, instead of taking 3 points of sanity loss, you take none. Because it was greater than 3.
Oh, I see. Okay, great.
Yeah,
well,
that's how
fuck my
projecting
agent.
works. We learned in season 3.
So I think Nicholas, this is the first time, I think, this moment is, okay, no, like, we've been flirting with some weird shit, but he made magic happen. He
feels that
literally, people on his Instagram constantly talk about manifesting. He manifested $1 million fucking dollars. He made it happen. And so he just, like, puts his hands in there and pulls them out and is like, I did this. I asked for $1 million and $1 million came to us. I did this. This was me. I did magic? I think I did magic. Did I do magic? Are you magic? He looks at Million.
I mean, hell if I know.
Where'd you get $1 million then?
I don't know. I had the suitcase, and I was meant to drop it off here, and I did.
Yeah, let's work back from that a bit.
So sit down on the bed, cross your legs.
Fucking weirdo. Who the fuck are you?
Nicholas is opening up the room service catalog to get some food, because we have $1 million! Yeah, carry on.
Fine. Let's see. Mayday, Maltese, anglerfish, manglerfish, Acel. Him I don't know.
Yeah, congrats, you know all of our names. What is your name? And what are you doing here?
Like I said, Agent Million. But I guess you want my civilian name?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's what I want. Your civilian name.
Fine. My name is Marianne Johnson.
Alright, so who told you to come here?
I don't know.
The fuck you mean you don't know? How many fucking psychics are in this in this room right now?
Listen, the last thing
I heard
know,
the TV broadcast. You put your hand down.
the
Yes,
last
I
thing
mean,
that I know, or rather the only thing I know, is that Deborah Brown is dead. And now I'm here.
Who fucked up a Brown?
The fuck you
He's
say?
eating a pie. He had a pie. He got a gas.
Well, I don't know if you met her. They did, though. Deborah Brown was known to them as Marianne Maple Johnson.
oh,
I'm sorry for your loss, I guess.
like the Granny Smoky
Good.
lady?
Welcome.
Wait. Are you saying that your Maple, not the Maple that we knew, was Maple? That was someone.
I was never called Maple, but I am, in fact, the real Marianne Johnson. The Maple you knew, or the Marianne you knew, rather, was Deborah Brown. And as far as I can tell, her death left room for me. And so here I am.
Fuck are you saying? Left
Hell if I
room
know.
for?
Listen, I don't know the circumstances of everything. I have up here 63 years of life that I don't exactly, about 60-ish years of life that I never experienced.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Whew, that's a relief.
I was born back in, my birthday is 11/20/1932.
That doesn't add up.
Not
does
very
not
good
add-
at math, but that's not 19. Sorry.
18.
Oh.
18.
Well,
Yeah,
that's how old I am. I'm 18 years old.
Wait. So where did Maple go?
I assume she's in a body bag somewhere.
Ooh.
But we just saw her like this morning, then she was gone. So where did, like before that, where did she go?
And then got murdered or killed
I
herself.
don't know.
Or got cholera.
I
It's
think
hazy.
That'd be too quick, cholera. No.
I think Mayday kind of slumps down onto the nearest bed, just like sitting on the edge of it, and she's like,
Oh no.
I think I know where she went.
Do you want to share with the class?
It pains me to say this, but she's gonna look around the room and kind of make eye contact with each person that is a known agent, aka not Mystical Nicholas, and say,
All the non-mystical people in the room.
"Wow, you saying I'm not mystical in my own magical way?"
Saying what I'm saying. I don't know what it
Um,
You come into my house.
she says, um, Delta Green is killing agents. Corrupted agents. Anyone who's seen the sign you've
Oh.
turned against
sorry.
us, and I think that's where Maple met her end.
But why would they kill us for seeing a sign?
Because we've been corrupted.
But that doesn't make sense. That's part of our job, isn't it?
My job isn't get fucking corrupted. My job is to
But the-
stop that shit from going on.
And they think that we'll basically go rogue, so they need to get rid of us.
I think the mystical one wants to say something.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Oh.
We're not done yet. So, What, they're just offing us now? Like, we haven't... Mabel spent her whole fucking life working for this, and that counts for nothing?
At least they, at least she knew people that were able to give her a heads up. I think she knew what she was walking into. And I bet it meant something that she went without us.
David Blaine, your show now. What do you want to ask?
Oh, that's me. Yeah. Um. What's Delta Green?
Oh, fucking hell. It's not one of the things that just pops into your head?
You just talked about it like we all knew. I don't know what
They're-
it is. You all just.
They're paranormal investigators, basically. G-men.
Yeah, like the X-Files.
She sits there for a second and, like, thinking, and she's going,
You remember
She
when
is
I
now.
said that me
Yes.
meddling around and doing some searches online got me noticed by a government agency? I don't know
Yeah,
if
you did
they're
good.
really government per se. But they don't like when people push too far into certain things.
And that's who you all work for?
Really work for Delta Green. Kind of just get recruited one day.
Now they're trying to
Just
kill
like
us. So, fun
Wait,
stuff.
no, hold on. We're going to talk about the trying to kill you thing. Back up. Did you just say like me? Are you saying I work for Delta Green?
oh, you do now.
You already know too
Welcome.
much to be able to go back.
Well, technically,
Right.
none of you are actually really working for Delta Green at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're not really working at the moment.
So
Yeah,
you
well,
all
I
have like
can't.
code names and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I gave myself one just a moment ago when, she, like, stops for a second and kind of forgets. Like, she goes, and when, who asked me?
I think he
Do you
did.
know who sent you?
Oh,
here?
not really. I mean, I've got, give me a, listen, I'm sorry. I'm being quite cold at the moment because it's a weird thing to be here at this exact moment. In the year, wait, what year is this?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, see, that's really weird for me. Also, I have a jumble of memories from an old woman in my head who stole my life. So I'm trying to work through that, honestly. So if I seem cold and detached, it's because I'm trying to deal with whatever's up in here.
What's the
I don't.
last year that you remember? Million.
1950
Oh,
August.
okay. Demons. Manifestation. Time travel? Question mark. Just sort of keeping a running tally of things that are apparently real.
Yes, everything you've read in your fantasy books are probably grounded in more reality than you think.
Okay.
But
Regardless, I should. Sorry, I interrupted
no,
you.
you know what? You go ahead. You have some more things to unpack than we do, apparently. 50
Like I
years of
said, 60. But like I said, with Maple gone, that left room for me. So here I am.
Yeah, what does that mean? What do you mean left
I.
room? Just to reiterate his question, what does that mean?
I'm not entirely certain. Like, the feeling I'm getting from that is along the lines of, because Deborah Brown stole my life and lived it, when she left, I filled in the place.
Shit's fucked. We already
Okay.
knew that. If we keep asking questions, we'll be here till morning.
Anyhow, like I was saying, there's a lucky thing about this, is
Oh.
that from what I last remember of what Maple had going on, you don't know what to do.
Correct.
And I do.
Oh.
So
Do.
what has to be done is you have to go through.
We've already been through and back again. I don't know what you're talking about with that.
Well, you're gonna have to go through again then. Because the only way to move on is unless you want to be haunting the night world as a ghost for however long eternity is, if even eternity exists. You need to find the bottle of the author of The King in Yellow. Go to Carcosa and meet Abigail Wright.
Yeah, like the note said.
I don't know about a note.
Any of that mean?
It comes back to her.
You know what? I'll stop out. How about I aggregate my questions? I'll keep a running list, so I don't interrupt you all the time. I'll keep a running list, and then we can kind of do them all at once. I'll listen.
Yeah, great.
That was a great distraction from the point to tell us you're not going to distract us from the point. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So,
And
do you know where JC Lynn's is at the Hotel Broadalbin? Do you know how to get there?
do I? The doc?
That's what
you don't know the exact coordinates or location of it,
I
but
still
you
have
know,
Maple's stuff, right?
but you know that because of her involvement with Delta Green operations, because of all the evidence that apparently you all have with you from that initial case, that team from 1995 did locate the Hotel Broad Albin and knew where it was. They just weren't ready to find it. And so when they went to this place in New York City, it wasn't there. You know that they got the answer to that question by reading a book about a person whose identity Mary Ann is actively fighting to keep out of her consciousness. It's a person so despicable to you that you don't want to say his name.
I guess I have an idea of where to look.
I would add, you also know that there are other resources that know things that not only are demons powerful, but they have a cunning insight into the night world and to the machinations of the King in Yellow, if you know where to find them. You also know that there is somebody inside the Dorchester house named Timothy Bale who makes things happen, who knows lots of stuff.
Okay, I have some ideas. And one of them I don't want to entertain for the moment, so I'll talk about the other ones. The other two that I have in mind. The first one being Timothy Bale, who I know you met, indicating the agents.
Except for what's
But he's at the Dorchester, which, from my end, I understand is going to be difficult.
They might not expect us to go back.
Sorry, Sam, you broke up there in my ears. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just like, but they might not expect us to go back so soon.
Also, I would mention that Nicholas, She says bail. Bing, bing, bing. You know how to get in touch
I
with
know
him.
Kung Fu.
You know the
Uh,
phone number to the Dorchester house. If you call it after dark, you'll probably be able to reach King Bale.
what else do I know about King Bale?
Oh, well, you know that he lives in the Dorchester house. That he,
Cool.
well, yeah, obviously. You know that he lives in this psychiatric facility. You know that among his abilities is that he is the master and creator not only of the machinations of the King in Yellow, but he's basically the creator of classical demonology.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. The author of the Demonomicon himself, eh?
It would seem.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like if you think, okay, well, we could call now, it's after dark. Um and if you sort of like make an attempt, you're pretty sure you can get in touch with him, and he would be able to answer other questions you have, as he knows pretty much everything.
So does it? Okay. On top of knowing he's at the Dorchester house, did I hear this right that you said that Nicholas just like knows the number to the Dorchester house for some reason?
Yes, he
Weird.
didn't before.
Cool. But then she mentioned Bale, and now I do.
Yeah,
I think without a word, he picks up the hotel phone and just dials a number.
it rings 2 times, and a voice on the other end picks up and says, "Yeah, it's about time. Hey, um, Nicholas, right?
Yes, and you'll.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Put
King
one of the others
Bale.
on."
No, hold on, just a moment. I know
Okay.
who you are, and you know who I am. Don't you think that's weird?
No, I know who a lot of people are. It's just what I do. It's my line of work. Um,
Okay, if you know so much, tell me this. Why do I know who you are?
I mean, are you mad about that? Knowledge is a gift.
That's very cute. No, I'm not mad about it. I want to know why you're in my head, King Bale.
All right, think about this. Put it this way, okay, bud? I'm gonna put it in concrete terms for you.
Great.
Have you ever read a book about me?
No?
Have you ever met me?
No.
Has anybody else ever given you a detailed description of who I am or what I do?
No, but I'm still somehow
That
feel as if I
means
could
that
describe you
something
from memory.
outside of yourself planted this knowledge in your head. It's a gift. Okay? So, what you do with it is your choice. But, I mean, I don't know what use is there in asking why. Reality's forfeit, my friend.
You know everything?
I know everything. Who said I know everything?
Well, you know a lot, yeah?
I know a lot. I know a lot about putting wheels in motion. I know a lot about the pulleys and the marionettes and the strings. I know where things are. I know how to find people. I don't always know how to get things done, but I know a guy who does. Is that right, Ed? Yells off the
Okay.
phone somewhere.
Well, listen, King Bale. Ever since I got sucked into whatever the hell this is, I've had a lot of questions and no one's answering them.
All right,
And
ask.
I promised them that I was going to aggregate my questions and ask them at once so I didn't have to stop the proceedings constantly. But now I've got you, who you say you know all kinds of things, so is it okay if I just ask you a few questions?
Lightning round, baby. Let's go.
Okay, okay. Who is Maple? Who is JC Lins? Who is the King in Yellow? Who is Abigail Wright? What is Carcosa? Uh, why is there an author in a bottle? What is the author of? Why do all names start with M? Who is Timothy Bale? Oh, I already got that one. Check that one off, okay.
You?
Why were all these people in a psych facility? Why do I know about demons? Are demons bad? Is Delta Green bad? Are we bad? Am I going to die? Is hell real? If you drop soap, does it get dirty?
The answer to all of those questions, except the last one, I mean, it's not going to be the answer you want, but it's because of the play. The play is what creates our reality, and within our reality, we create the play. But to sum things up a little bit, more importantly, um, shoot, I already forgot some of them. What was? Just pick one at random.
Okay. Why is there an author in a bottle?
Great. No, the author's not in a bottle. You have to get the author's bottle. At the Hotel Broad Albin, there's a maze, a labyrinth. It's called the Whisper Labyrinth.
Okay.
In that labyrinth, with walls of stone and other untold terrors, everyone has a bottle waiting for them. There's a bottle in there that says Nicholas Foles. Fowles? Foles? Am I saying it right?
Fowls, please.
There's a bottle in there that says Nicholas Fowles. Within that bottle is something that you need to know. I can't tell you what it is, even if I knew. Somewhere in that maze is the bottle belonging to J.C. Linz. Now, J.C. Linz is the author, but he hasn't written the play yet. He's in Carcosa. Can't get there any other way but through the hotel. Go there, find Abigail Wright, give Mr. Linz the bottle so he can write the play, and this starts all over again.
But do we want this to start all over again?
Man, that's a hypothetical question. I don't know those. I know about things and places and people. Come on.
Okay.
Hang up a piece of paper towards him. Where is the hotel?
Oh. My associate, I guess you know all of them. My associate, Tommy.
Who's that? Oh, Tommy. Tell Tommy I said hi. Tell him I was sorry he had to lick his friend off his arm.
He said hi. Bale says hi, Tommy, and says he's sorry that you had to lick your friend off your arm. I'm actually not going to add that to my list of questions. I don't want to know what that means.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. King Bale, where is the hotel? Broad Albin?
Yeah, it's on Madison Square Park, corner of West 24th and 5th Avenue.
Madison Square
New York
Park,
City.
corner of 24th and 5th Avenue, in New York City. Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're going to New York City?
I mean, if you make it there alive.
Oh. Are we going to make it there alive? Do you know the future? Can you answer questions like that?
I don't deal in hypotheticals, my man. That hasn't been written yet, remember?
So... Who... I don't know where to start, but... We have to go to Carcosa. What is
Yeah.
Carcosa?
That's what I've been telling you guys.
Manglerfish seems to be...
Is that Aaron?
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron!
Aaron seems to be jumping excitedly when I mentioned She's sort of bouncing now.
Yeah, she is. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question, but then I'm gonna ask you for something, okay?
Okay.
I can't talk too much longer. Mr. Ed's doing the rounds, and I don't want him to fuck me up.
Okay.
What is Carcosa?
Yeah. She's doing it again.
I'm sorry, what?
Aaron
You
is
don't even
very
know what
excited.
I'm doing. Oh, okay. She's bouncing. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, please continue.
Yeah. Carcosa is. It's a place, but it doesn't exist within the same reality as ours, or as the one you perceive to be real, or have perceived to be real. I imagine that some people there are starting to figure out that it's not.
Yeah.
It is a country, in a way. It's also a city. It is the domain of the King in Yellow. The thing is it's at the center of everything. Your world, your reality exists on the outside, but in between, in the spaces that cross over, there are, I don't know, transits. There are portals, nexuses. One of them, there's oh god, I mean, there was a chateau in France. There was an apartment building in New York City. There's the Dorchester House. That's how you get to Carcosa. And
Places where the veil is thin, so to speak.
places where the veil is thin. Yeah, now you're putting things in Nicholas Fowles' terms. And so you have to go there. And like we say, the only way out is through. And I'm guessing that you in particular, Nick, you're a little bit, I don't know, freaked out.
Yes, I am. I don't.
Yeah.
My
well,
life
I'm
is
not going
very
to tell you
normal
not to
just
be.
24 hours
You
ago.
should be. That's no. It's smart. You should be freaked out. But what lies ahead, while it's not safe, while it's not easy or happy, it's the only way. If you can get through, and if you can find the author's bottle, find Abigail Wright, you can, if you want, return to a semblance of your ordinary life. But I'm going to tell you this, the king chose you. This wasn't something you did. This wasn't something one of the other agents did. This is the will of the king. He chose you for some reason. He chose you to fund that movie. He put you on this path, so to speak. And so the only way out is to get closer, approach the king. And if you get close enough, you might be able to break free. You might be consumed.
That's counterintuitive, but everything about this is counterintuitive, and you seem to know a lot, so I'll have to take what you say on faith.
I know a thing or two, but thing is, I mean, we're orbiting around the sun, right? It gives life and it
Yeah.
consumes. It creates and it destroys. You're caught in its orbit. If you don't do anything, like, I don't know, the clerk at that motel you're staying at, if you don't do anything, you'll just keep going around and around and not know anything. But if you get close enough, you can slingshot around and break free.
What was that about the clerk at our motel?
No, don't worry about it. Can I talk to Aaron?
Yeah, do you want to be on speaker, or is it a private conversation?
It's private.
Okay. He hands you his phone. So. Yep, and it suddenly his phone transforms as you take it. It's wild.
What? King of Yellow,
Whoa,
whoa!
yellow!
Whoa!
Crazy.
And you pick up, and he says, "Hey Doc, how are you?"
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to the hotel.
What?
It's not in the plan. There's a chance that you'll come out on the other side. A chance that you'll reconnect with these folks, but I think the king knows that you're close enough as it is. The question is are you ready to see what he's going to show you?
Do you not need me to help them? Just like whispers.
Well, I mean, to be honest, between me and you,
Mm-hmm.
they've gotten a lot of offers. This is the first
Yeah.
time I've talked to them since I got them out of the Dorchester. You know, I know they're freaked out, but like, they've got tools at their disposal. They've got the answers, but I think they need to be left to their own devices.
What is that one quote? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Oh, I don't know that one. The one I know is you can dissect a horse by degrees, but the blood's gonna get everywhere.
I like that one. I don't think it works well for most people, though.
Yeah, maybe that's one I used to know.
Okay.
Hey, you're doing great, okay? But the next step's gonna be a hard one.
But this could be my chance to break free.
True.
And if
And
anything
remember,
fails
nothing
this,
is true except out is through.
the only way out is through.
That's right. All right, I'll see you later. I gotta go.
Bye!
Bye.
That sounded nice, I guess.
In a sense.
And as you think this over, I mean, just out of character, you know, you've encountered a lot of these nexus points, these transit points. You have the McAllister, right? Apparently, the hotel is one. Dorchester House is definitely one. But also, the bookstore, the Samagina House, I mean, for Erin, the Ophelia Citrus Tunnel beneath her home in Arizona. These are all places that connect to the night world and break through the static, but it's difficult. And so, gave you the address to the hotel Broad Alban. Back to New York City. Can, of course, run away. I think all of you know by this point that you can only run away for so long. And even if you went to a deserted island, middle of nowhere, pretty soon you'd lose your mind. Because the king isn't contained by our boundaries or rules. And the king has chosen all of you. What do you guys do from here? What's next? Go a little bit long just because we're having fun.
I need to go get ice. I'll be right back.
You gonna run?
No, I'm not going to run. Yeah, and he takes his phone back from Aaron. You know, asks for it, doesn't like snatch it, but he takes it. And he says, "Here, collateral," and leaves his phone with you.
Well, there's also the million that's sitting there.
Oh, that's
also
staying.
collateral.
That's staying right here. Yeah.
Anyways,
He
you guys
also
want
he
to
reaches
look
in
into
there,
the...
grabs like a stack, and is like, "I'll be at the vending machine too. Anybody need anything?"
I was gonna say, if you're going to an ice, like another ice machine, it's good that we have your phone this time.
Also, sorry, I cut you off there, Jana. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, we could also look in the other suitcase, because I don't know what's actually in it.
True.
Why don't you go and I could really use an Oreo cookie, like whatever.
Oreo. Funyuns? I could go for some Funyuns. Anyone want some Funyuns?
I have no idea what those are.
Oh,
You
you
love
have
them.
so many
I'll just
years
get-
of snack food to catch up on.
I'll just get snacks for I'll guess what you like. We have a lot of money. I can.
Let's get it
If
all.
they have one of those crappy machine coffee makers, or just the cup just falls out of nowhere and
Yeah. Let's see what I can do.
So Nicholas goes out to the hall.
With a stack of hundos.
Yeah.
Go to a vending
Are
machine.
you
Having a vending
You
machine
have
doesn't
vending-
take a $100 bill.
Yeah, I mean, do you try to put a $100 bill in the vending machine?
No, in fact, he goes to the vending machine, pulls out a hundo, realizes it's not going to take it because it clearly says $1, $5, and $10 bills, and he's
Yeah.
like, I have to go break it. So he has to go see the clerk to get change.
Right. You enter the lobby, and there's the clerk behind the desk, and she notices you right away, and says, "Oh, hey, can I help you?"
I mean, it depends. Is she hot?
Yeah, she's attractive.
Right on. Cool. I believe you can. I actually just need a bit of spare change, and he like reaches
Yeah.
for his wallet and like makes a show of like fanning out like hundreds. Like he puts one in front of her, but make sure that she can see the rest of them too.
She looks at. She goes, "Oh, big spender. Oh wow, these are weird. 1933. Look at this. These are really old."
Yeah, isn't that something? Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh,
Where'd you
just,
get these?
I just cashed a check at the bank, and they gave these. Must
They
old
paid you
stock,
in
I
these?
suppose.
I thought you would have like had
Yeah.
to get them off eBay or something. Okay. Yeah. You wanted
Legal tender for all deaf
20s?
public and private. Says right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still good. Do you want 20s, 10s?
Ones if it's not too much trouble. Maybe like break it. Not all ones. Break
You
it up.
asshole!
I'm gonna take 100 ones.
She says, "I can give you some ones mixed
Yeah,
in
mix it
there."
up. Yeah, I'm just getting some snacks for my friends from the vending machine.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Hey, you're working rather late. Would you like anything?
Oh, I'm on the night shift. No, that's really nice of you, but it's not necessary. Yeah, I don't get off until 7 a.m. She says pointedly.
That is very late or very early to get off.
Well, we'll see.
Thank you.
Hmm. And she slides you this stack of, like there's like you got like 40 ones in there.
Oh yeah. None of the ones I got. Sam made a great point. There was blood on some of that money. I didn't grab any of the blood money, did
Roll me
I?
a luck check.
Oh Christ Almighty! Why did I bring it up?
Don't know, Colin. Don't know.
Because I'm a masochist. That's why.
Oh no.
I didn't have my character sheet open. Look.
What'd you do?
Oh my God!
Wow, right under the
49
wire.
50. Wow.
I think with the
Look, a little
49
fleck of
under.
blood.
Yeah, there's like, well, you see something that you think is one little fleck of blood, and then it's just like lint. And you like breathe this huge sigh of relief.
Oh my God.
And she hands you all this change. And back to
Did
the
you bring a name
vending
tag?
machine.
Should have brought a name tag.
Yeah. And her name is Mary.
I should love it when players do that to you. It's my favorite thing. Mary. Thank you. And he like looks down. Mary. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No name tag.
Not in the habit of wearing
Um,
one. Nicholas.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And,
She plays with her hair.
Oh.
In a universal symbol.
No, the universal symbols if she bites her lip, then you're in. But
Okay.
You're sure there's nothing I can get for you?
Well, maybe after I get off my shift. I usually go out for breakfast.
here or somewhere nearby?
Oh, a little bit down the state highway. There's a diner.
Oh, good to know. Well, I say then, it's a date. No?
Okay. Well,
And
you sleep tight.
he writes his number down, like he takes a pen
Yeah.
off of it and writes his number on the back of like a matchbook. Old school.
Yes.
They have matchbooks here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there are matchbooks here, and you write it on the inside, and then you sort of close the matchbook and slide it over, and the name of the company on the matchbook is Holly, Hali.
Hali. I know that's a King in Yellow reference. Holly.
And
What's
she
Holly?
takes it and she says, "No, Mary."
I know your name, Mary. I meant the matchbook. It says Holly on it.
What? She looks at it and she says, "Oh, I don't know." And she opens it up and looks at your number. She goes, "What's this?" He turns it around, shows it to you, and it's this weird symbol. Sanity check?
Depends. What symbol
bit.
is
Letting
it?
Nicholas play catch up. Would be the yellow sign. It's not so
We
much
talked
to
about
resist the effect of it on yourself as much as it is that you didn't write that there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, that's fair. That's
Mm.
totally fair. The fact that it just changed 86,
Oh
which
no.
Worst
I
possible
quickly
result.
said is the worst possible result earlier in this session.
Yes,
Here's how
we
that plays
did.
out. First of all, you just take 1 point, which is the max I would have taken for that. But she says, "What is this? Is this a joke?" Just drawing little squiggles on here?
Um, like literally thinking, how would Colin cover the fuck this one? But I've never had this experience.
No, I've never successfully given somebody my phone number, so I don't know either.
Or the yellow sign. Have you successfully
Or
given
the
someone
yellow
the yellow
sign.
sign? I'm sorry. It's actually shorthand. Greg shorthand. Just playing around here. Give me a. He reaches over.
Yeah.
Totally like not cool in a way, but he's like reaches over and like pulls like a piece of receipt paper off of the little like receipt printer. Yeah, let me put it on something. It's actually it's a cute little message in shorthand. We'll talk about it over breakfast. You can tell me. I'll show you. And he grabs a pen and just jots down his number again on receipt paper. Here.
This time
There we
it's
go.
your number. It's just, oh, okay.
That's my phone number.
Oh, okay, good. Just a normal set of numbers. Okay. Yeah, I'll call you in the morning.
Okay, great. Sorry for the confusion. That was very silly of me. um, yes, very good. Okay. See you in the morning.
Head off. You get a bunch of snacks, and as you're like leaving the
Empties that
lobby,
fucking vending machine.
like
arms
that. I will say, as you're leaving the lobby, you turn around. She's not biting her lip.
Oh.
Because you rolled an 86, Colin. You didn't even use a hero point.
I don't think you can appeal an 86, Justin. I
don't think you're right. I think you're wrong. Wait, I think you're right. Yes. So, everyone settles in to finally get some
so
sleep.
many Funyuns.
Oh, can we open the suitcase?
mystery case.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mystery
Oh, yeah.
case.
Don't
Marianne,
J.J. Abrams us.
The real Marianne opens the suitcase. Inside is your stuff. It is all the things you had when you first arrived in New York City. Clothing, personal possessions.
Boston?
Nope.
Is my
Interesting.
husband
Did you say
there?
Boston? I thought it was New York. I think it's New York.
When
I
did
mean,
we
it's all
arrive?
stuff. Sorry, it's all the stuff Marianne was carrying, right?
Yes, you, the real Marianne.
So it's all the stuff from the 1950s in there.
It's
thought
all
you
the
meant
stuff
all
from the
of our stuff.
1950s.
Oh yeah, I thought you
No,
meant
no, no.
everyone's
Yeah.
stuff. I was like,
Sorry,
okay.
just Marianne.
All of our stuff is hastily thrown in the back.
You already got your stuff. You've
Yeah.
already got all your stuff. But this has all of Marianne's possessions from when she first arrived in New York City.
I see.
Dresses, some papers, paperwork, a letter of reference. What else is in there? You tell me.
In there would be a picture of her parents.
Okay.
And she'll stop and look at it and be like, "Oh, how did I not realize this was my suitcase?" And looking at the picture and just being like, she's sitting there looking at it and, I forgot this was in here. They'd already died. Sorry, for me, they died a couple of years ago. Now I realize it's a really, really long time ago. And I guess it just dawned on me right now that everybody I knew, probably dead.
Or in a nursing home.
Potentially. But even if they're alive, they did not know. They didn't even get to know that I died. They just went on probably thinking that I never called home back to Barbados. That I moved to the States, and then I just never contacted them again.
Hey, you're here for a reason. And we might not know what the reason is yet, but I'm sure just right now we can't understand.
I know why I'm here. Which is why you're bringing me with you when you go to New York. I have, someone I need to meet with.
Like from your past or now?
Kind of both. But I have someone I need to meet with, because going through is going forward.
The only way out is through.
Yep. So I will.
Go ahead.
So I will help you all. As much as I'm able. I have. Like I said, I have things of Maple here. Like I understood the X-Files thing at reference. Took me a moment, but I did get that. You are right. That's basically what it is. So I'll help you as I can, as long as you help me meet that person. Hopefully that's agreeable.
I picture this as a
Everyone else
very
can.
long, like Maple or Million doing this like really dramatic monologue, kind of about how
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone she's ever known is dead, and the
Very
camera is
emotional.
like doing that thing where it's like really slowly coming into a tighter shot on her face, and then deep pause, and then she like hits that beat, and then we see the reverse angle, and it's just all of us just eating snacks while she talks, just like oh, just fucking
I was
Doritos,
just junk food everywhere.
so much.
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Uh-huh.
One thing is for sure. This is the night that Million had her first Funyun.
They're god fucking awful and oh so delicious. I don't get it.
Welcome to 2015, baby.
Just like packing peanuts with onion powder.
Eventually, everybody settles and finds a place to sleep. is there anything that you want to do before you go to bed? Keeping in mind that it's almost time for us to end, but any sort of last minute things like call a bond, check into something, Google a thing. Anything else? Okay.
I think. Oh, sorry.
So, yeah, no, go ahead.
You're like,
Let me know
okay.
what happens.
Anglerfish.
Anglerfish. If anyone lets her, like, Anglerfish is gonna try to give everyone a hug.
Who lets Anglerfish give them a hug?
Nicholas reads way too far into it.
Of course.
Way
Of course
too far
Tony
into it.
does. Nicholas hugs for way too long.
I feel like
It's uncomfortable.
Mayday would also let her hug, but like it would be like I think Mayday would be thinking like, "Oh yeah, this is technically really the first time we've like acknowledged that, we used to work together in the past. Like it's just so good to see you," kind of thing, not not really knowing anything else, but
Marianne isn't going to let you go and hug her, but she is going to be like, kind of do the little pause thing and be like, I have something for you. And she's going to reach into her pocket and she's going to pull out a, like a kind of a packet that's just made from like paper being folded, like a piece of paper folded, and hand it to her. Be like, this is for you.
Does it have a name on it as she like takes it?
No, it's got no name on it. It's just a little package, like a little like an origami paper box kind of thing.
Oh. Should I open it now?
You can. I mean, it's yours.
All right. Let me give Maltese a hug real quick, and then I'm gonna open it. I can't believe I'm already getting a gift.
It gives you a quick little like, I don't really know you.
Mr. March.
But to Maltese, Anglerfish is just like gonna whisper real quick. The only way out is through.
God, you are fucking weird. Like in a earnest way. Still though.
Well, just think about everything that we've agreed on, though. Am I that weird then?
Oh, my head fucking hurts. Go get your gift.
Open box.
Inside the box is a leaf, and on that leaf is a little golden bug wearing a tiny Lego top hat.
Best one.
Just an artistic representation of the golden bug.
Nope, it's an actual golden bug. Just a little golden
It's an
bug
actual
on a
golden
leaf
bug?
with a little top hat, and underneath the leaf, if you move it, says the name Christopher.
It can't be Pete Best. Sorry.
Christopher right now.
Anglerfish is gonna, from her pocket, pull out a little pill bottle that she puts on like the little table that's in this room. I'm not going with you guys to New York. I don't think it's in the cards for me. But this is a sign that it's gonna be okay, and maybe I'll see you guys again later. And I'll like pick up the bug and put it in her mouth.
Swallow it.
What the fuck?
Hell if I know.
Everyone keeps saying that. Everyone just keeps saying, hell if I know. No one knows anything.
Hey, reality is moot point at the moment. I'm back from the fucking dead, so... And apparently I'm like... kind of a lesbian now?
Did watching her eat a bug turn you like a little gay? Is it?
No,
or is
no,
it something else?
It's Maple. Maple was apparently as, quote, a card-carrying lesbian.
I see.
So that's a new feature of my life, apparently.
Well, here's
Here's
another
what we'll
one.
do here.
Puts a bag of
Okay.
Fritos in front of you.
Fritos, welcome. So, Aaron, you
Change the
eat the
formula
bug,
of that.
and it doesn't have an immediate effect. No potent reaction or anything. And you think the answer's in that pill bottle.
It's not fast enough. It's not fast enough. It's not fast enough. Just like scrambles over, opens the pill bottle. You see her like shake this little, excuse me, golden dust onto the table, and repeating over and over again. She's like, "It's not fast enough. It's not fast. I gotta go now. It's time now." And she just snorts up this golden line that's on the table.
So you all watch Aaron do a line of gold bug off the table. And the next thing
And
that
highly
you
divided.
see is her eyes roll back in her head. And she falls to the ground having a seizure.
Oh.
And the camera pans out in a mirror of the death of Deborah Brown, Maple, at the Trivelino Mall, as you all crowd around her, trying to revive her. But, Aaron,
Mhm.
inside your head, here's what we see. You are flying. You are sweeping over a city. This city is made of a ruinous number of buildings. They're all in shambles around this lake that is so dark it appears to be made out of storm clouds, roiling and turning. You feel this sense of sweet melancholy, the impression of being watched wherever you are. All the buildings around you are marked by bullet holes and explosions, collapses. And eventually, you approach what appears to be a palace. But at the top of this palace, there's a large bulb, kind of like Kremlin-like architecture. It is, a place of eternal preparation for something that likely will never come. Or comes again and again and again. You fly down into the palace, into a room filled with people at a party. Except all of these people, they're dressed lavishly, but they appear to be trapped in amber, frozen in time. Even the one person who looks like she's wearing a blue dress with a cat mask. But there, at the head of the party, at the dais, the place of honor, is him. He is enormous. He towers over everyone else. And with his mask on, the king turns to regard you as you approach. And when you get closer, you are overcome with the smell that's a mixture of cinnamon and rotting flesh. He has robes that are so long they spill out into the room in tatters and ribbons. And he beckons you forward. And as you approach, your greatest wish is realized in that moment. As he reaches up and removes his mask. And underneath, you see everything. I need Aaron to make me a private sanity check.
Ooh.
Can you GM whisper it to me?
I can try. Wait, hold on. GM whisper on.
Always have trouble with that setting.
Okay. And the last thing that we see of Aaron is from the rear of this enormous figure. Her eyes go wide, and her flesh begin to tremble at what she's seeing before her. And then it goes to black. Will we see Aaron again? Time will tell. Unfortunately, Sam can't be with us for the next who knows how long. And so Aaron has gone to Carcosa ahead of us. And the one comfort there being is that we know that reality is forfeit and time is fucky. So there's always a chance we'll see her again. But she might not be the same. So we wanted to just send her off and say, I love anglerfish so much. Let's go around. We'll do goodbyes. And I want to start with Sam, with you. Erin was such a fantastic character for me because, man, did she lean into it. Like, man, was she all about the crazy about the king. And up until the last moment of you giving Barney, the gas station clerk, the yellow sign and being excited for him, like genuinely excited for him. And, but always helping the group and being sweet, but also being completely insane.
Yep, just a little bit.
Anyway, is a little bit. So that's my star for Aaron. Sam, will you tell us, I don't know, whatever you want to tell us, but hoping that we'll see you again before too long.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm actually really sad because I enjoy playing with you all. So, but parents got a parent, so
Parents got a parent.
Parents got a parent. It is what it is. And it didn't help that I started the game at like 14 sanity with y'all from everything that happened in the before. So
Yeah, you held on to that 14 sanity for
I was
as long
like,
as
I'm not
humanly
gonna.
possible.
You refused to lose it completely.
Yup, it wasn't gone yet. It was still there. But every time you ask me to roll a sanity roll, I'm like, this is it. I'm done. But yes,
What else you got going on? Let's be happy.
Let's be happy. I'm trying. Name's Sam, Sammy Scribbles. I work too much and slave away, but my enjoyment is going to be with all y'all. The only thing I have coming up is on Neon Lights Roleplay. I'm going to be playing a new system that I have never done before. So, but it's going to be on Sunday at 7:30. End of the World is the system. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be playing with Foxy and Potato Toe and some other amazing people. So
fun crew.
Yeah, that's really all I have going on in the future as I try to figure out my schedule again.
I hear ya.
Mm-hmm.
Is it End of the World the system where you play as yourself?
Is that the zombie one?
I
There's a
honestly
few different versions of End of the World. There's like
Okay.
UFO, there's zombie, there's apocalypse, like religious
Yes,
apocalypse
yes,
stuff.
yes.
But yeah, it's
I've
yeah, you
seen
play as
friends.
I
Sam.
think
Yeah.
something to do with mechs.
I think you're playing.
Oh.
Oh, you got a mech one.
Turk would know.
Find that zombie one. Let's find that zombie.
You're using
one.
End of the World, but as mech pilots basically.
Okay.
It's Mech March.
It's mech version
March.
of End of the World.
Yeah, Mecha March,
Mouthful.
a series of one shots over on Neon Lights there. So
Uh-huh.
Sweet, sweet. Well, that
See.
sounds like a lot of fun.
and raising money for charity too.
Sam, we
Always
love
for
you.
charity.
Yeah. Oh, let's bounce around and talk to some other folks really quick. Who do I have on my sheet here? Mystical fucking Nicholas. I think Nicholas had some juicy stuff this week, and really, and I'll get to you in a second, Lonnie. But that conversation between Mayday and Nicholas was so good. And as the GM who wants to be like, let's move on so we can meet Jana's new character, I was like, I gotta let this happen, and I'm so glad we played it out because there was a lot there. But for you, Nicholas, my favorite particular moment was when you revealed to everyone that the protein shake was a ruse.
You're shocked. I
Yeah.
know.
And
Protein
I mean,
shake.
the arms full of snack foods and hitting on the clerk. It's all very, very good. And I also like starting to fuck with him quite earnestly.
Yeah.
With all the things going on, and I think it drew him closer to knowing that this is where he has to go.
And also, like, take note, GMs of the world. Justin did something masterful this session, which is that you gotta pay attention to what your characters, if you're a GM, you gotta pay attention to what the characters need in order to progress in the story. Like, for it to make sense for them to move forward. And what I had what I had all but screamed was that Nicholas needs some goddamn answers to move forward in this. Otherwise, he's stuck on just sitting there having his head spinning, wondering what is going on. And Justin, being a good GM, picked up on that's what the character needed, and he sent, like, manna from heaven, sent Tim Bale.
In the form of King Bale.
In the form of King Bale, to be like, what do you want to know? I got you. And that is how he was able to move forward. Like, that was perfect. That was like exactly what he needed.
That's a good lesson for everyone here, is that within this next King Bale said, and that wasn't just to Anglerfish, to everyone, it's going to get hard here. Like, getting to New York and getting to Broad Albion safely is no small task. Very few ever do. But you have resources, right? You have information from Bale. You have somebody who can repair reputations, specifically Mr. Wilde, who can make things happen, right?
We have $1 million.
$1 million. And so I just want to level the playing field a little bit in that way too. I think you have a lot at your disposal. Colin, I love you so much. What do you have going on?
You too.
Coming up?
I got a court appearance coming up.
Okay. All right. And is that streaming? I ask that. I make that joke every time. I've made that joke before.
No, but a courtroom TTRPG is something I would play. But
like a Phoenix, right?
Objection.
Yeah. What I do have is that I have to go wash my hands because that I wear this little like Illuminati ring for him.
Oh yeah.
And as you can see, it ain't exactly real metal. Real green. Yeah, so I got nothing. I'm Colin. That was really fun. I love you guys so much. I mean, okay, I will say, audience, go follow Nicholas at Mystical Nicholas on Instagram.
Yes.
I did make 2 new posts during the session.
Follow Mystical Nicholas with a CH on Instagram.
Thank you very much.
Please, thank you. Jana.
Hi.
When we knew that Maple was basically walking into her end, we came up with so many ideas, and I threw a bunch of stuff at Jana that I thought was great. I was like, well, what if she's this, and what if she's that? And Jana's like, no. Here's a picture I drew. And I would say, okay,
Thank you
And then one
for
day
showing
she
off
said,
how wibbly wobbly I am washy-washy.
yeah. And then one day you came to me and said, I was talking with some friends. And here's my idea. And she gave me the idea of the real Marianne, whose identity was stolen by the person you know as Maple. And
Which
we
I've
tied
had
it to the
the
story in ways that
entire
hadn't been
time.
revealed. And like, of course, because then she comes in, she knows everything. She has all of Maple's memories. She's got fucky time travel. She is young and hot, and maybe a little lesbian. And I'm so glad that played out that way. And then we needed to get you $1 million because that's what you asked Seer for, and there we go. So thank you for all of that, and thank you for just Maple's company woman till Agent Michael shoots her between the eyes and beyond.
Yeah, they were really bad shots, man. She was not a moving target.
No. And I'm talking about really, like, I could have just said they hit, but I wanted to roll just for drama. And I love that the chapter, which is called TRIVELINO Mall Ambush, is some really cool, creepy stuff in that mall too. So I like.
Oh yeah, that was creepy. That was good going.
Yeah. Jenna, what do you got going on? What's happening?
Hi. So, Cyberella Draws. You can find me on my Twitter and my Blue Sky as Cyberella Draws, and my Tumblr Sootchild because I'm inconsistent as fuck. Other than that, what's going on with me is you can find me here on Thursdays, for more Delta Green, now as Agent Million. And other than that, on my Twitch channel on Tuesdays at 6:30 East, Cyberella Draws is the Twitch channel. My friend and I are doing chat and draws. So if you feel like, seeing us draw stuff and like chatting about whatever non-sequitur bullshit we come up with, that's the place to go.
I love that. Well, thank you, dear, and thank you for this new character and for Maple, who was in her right also legendary. And
who knows? Maybe she comes back.
Oh yes, again. Reality
Again.
is forfeit. All rules are off. So that is entirely a possibility. Let's move over to another person who's entirely a possibility. Turk. Poor Maltese. I just feel like my boy is breaking, and I just don't know, man. Like, he's obviously stressed about this whole situation, as is right, but also all of these moving parts and new people and on the run, where do you go? And I'm hoping he has some answers now. And it's not good news, but it's news. How are you feeling? Also, what are you doing?
Everyone on this team is fucking insane.
Oh,
Except
yeah,
for Maltese.
yeah, everyone's up to the event.
Everyone's like, I got 76 sanity, and he's just like, how the fuck am I holding this all together? What am I doing? Not doing a lot of things. I am. You can follow me on Turkish Senate to find out a better, more concise list. I usually repost stuff on the day of. But I am between here on Lost Caravan and also over on Neon Lights, where I GM and play in both capacities. Over here, I GM the Caravan of Cthulhu, which is a bunch of rotating Cthulhu one-shots. No idea what we're doing next month, but who knows? I'm, of course, in this game. I'm also in the recently started Season 2 of Nova, though technically it's not run by the Nova system. It's still called Nova. It's the whole thing.
Got it.
And then over on Neon Lights Roleplay, I am the GM of Oathsworn, Odyssey of Dragonlords, which is a Greek mythology, high fantasy D&D 5e campaign, which is really good. Like, the book is good, and I think my players are awesome, and I facilitate the translation there. So it's fun. I think more people should watch it. And I'm also a player in By His Shadowed Peace, which is a Wrath and Glory 40k kind of political intrigue, but at the same time, occasionally have to murder, death, kill a bunch of people because it's a 40k game. With a lot more exciting projects coming up as we move into the spring. As things close down, new things open, so staying perpetually busy all the time. But yeah, that's really the long and the short of it.
Sweet. Well, thank you. I look forward to doing this again next week. And also, I think, I forgot to mention a specific thing, but one thing that I loved for Maltese this week is not only did he realize the frustration of apparently he's forgettable now and people don't notice him, but that can be to his benefit too, as is evidenced by the news broadcast, right? And if he's the one who pays for the hotel room, when the cops come to ask the hotel clerk, they'll say, I don't remember him. Right?
I am the most effective background player in the game.
You're an extra.
I'm an extra.
And I also love that it gives you a little bit of a complex. But anyways, I love you, Turk. Thank you for that. Lonnie, every week you get better and better. And the simmering anger underneath Mayday's exterior, and like that's just, oh my gosh, like I could taste that. And when you had that scene with Nicholas, and like there was that moment where you knew what to do to cripple him, which was to take his phone and to take away his screen time. And you just laid into that. And then I think my favorite line of the week was when he thanked you and you said, I didn't accept your apology. And called him out on it. And oh my gosh, Mayday, I love this arc for her. So thank you for that. Lonnie, what are you doing? What else is going on? What's new?
Other than this, honestly, right now, I finished up a few one-shots in March, and after this, I have a 2-shot of Simbaroom on next, whatever the 19th is, and then the same
19th is the 19th. Yeah.
What?
The 19th is on the 19th. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good. Good to get confirmation of that.
Yeah.
So the 19th, and then the week after that, whatever day of the week it is, just rinse and repeat.
Got it.
Very excited about that, but also
Tuesday.
just absolutely love playing Delta Green. I really like that I'm able to kind of try out different characters, because I usually do play the bubbly character, so I like that I'm able to kind of play the darker character in that.
Yeah, she's gone that way.
Also, I will say that Mayday totally thought that whatever she said to Mystical Nicholas was going to be the thing that would be like, oh, okay, so you're in the same boat as me. Got it. We're the same. Like she thought she was really helping, but failed at everything.
But he got there. Well, at least he's starting to get there. He's on his way, and the only way out is through.
Only way out.
So thank you, Lonnie. Destination Carcosa. All right. So that's the cast. I'm Doc. I stream on my own channel here, Doc Rimbo. I streamed earlier today playing Imaginary Cowboys with Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay. I've also got a couple other things happening right now, such as this. But also in 2 weeks, on Tuesday, the 26th, I am joining the cast of a Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages campaign that's run by my friend Tom, Hotflakes Tom, and it's like their 3rd season, and it is absurd. It's me, and it's my other friends, Susanna Grace, and Amelia Tyler, and Jay Britton, and Laugh Love Lindy, and Kate Madison, and it is... It's Dark Ages Cthulhu, but it goes off the rails real quick, and I'm excited to start that campaign. That's the 26th. It is happening at 3 p.m. Eastern, because they're all English.
I was going to say, there's a lot of good English talent. Yeah.
It's a lot of good English talent, and I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm going to play a giant former Viking, now monk, whose name literally translates to God Bear Clitoris. So come and check that out. It's an actual Viking name. I think we'll do a raid. Turk, I sent you a thing about a raid.
Yeah,
we'll be back here next time to head either toward or away from the Hotel Broad Albin, or both, because nothing makes sense anymore. Thanks everyone for coming, and until next time, don't snort the bug.
Or do.
Don't snort the bug.